According to the MCU timeline, Tony Stark dies today. That means it's been about 5 years, or approximately 5 years, since the release of Avengers Endgame. But according to others, not only did Tony Stark die in Avengers Endgame, but so did the MCU. So we're gonna be talking about that topic today in today's video, but also just a little bit of a reflection on what the MCU was prior to this and going into phase 5 for the stories. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Matthew Haynes. Welcome to MVH. Thank you for clicking on this video. We do movie reactions here in this channel, as well as TV reactions, movie reviews, TV reviews, and some other things too. We have some pretty big reviews coming up when embargo releases for some very exciting series that's supposed to be releasing within the next couple of weeks. But I'm trying to get back into doing more videos like this, where I just do just commentary on things that are happening in the movie news space and just the MCU and DC and stuff like that, because I feel like a lot of you guys miss that kind of content who's been on the channel for a while. So if you guys miss this type of content where I'm just sitting here talking to you guys in really short videos, just talking about whatever MCU stuff or Marvel or DC or whatever, or just movie news in general, if you guys miss those kinds of videos, please let me know in the comments down below. That'll give me a clear indication data wise if you guys are interested in these types of videos. So yeah, man. So yeah, according to Discussing Film, shout out to Discussing Film, people have been talking about this on TikTok and everything throughout the week, but according to Discussing Film, 6 hours ago at the time of the recording of this video, Tony Stark dies today according to the MCU timeline. And I know it's just a pretty sad moment, because everybody, misses Tony Stark. I miss Tony Stark. I miss Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. I miss all of that, to be honest. And you know, I feel like the MCU definitely did change a lot through, ever since this moment. This is such a big moment in the history for the MCU. So but to address the question as to whether or not the MCU is dead, I've been kind of feeling that the MCU in general has been kind of in between. There's been a lot of good, and there's also been a lot of things, and to be quite honest with you, the last time that I really felt the Marvel hype was for the movies. Everything else that was released after that was just kind of, I don't know. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I was super excited for that, but then my expectations and everything kind of got soured with all the Jonathan Majors drama, and then whether that happened or didn't happen or whatever. But regardless of the outcome of that situation with Jonathan Majors, it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth in general. So just watching that movie, we did react to it, and I did think it had its moments, especially with Jonathan Majors' performance. He did really well in that film, amazing. I can't wait to see more of his character. If he does continue in the MCU going forward, we haven't heard anything or any indication that Marvel wants to release him, but he could be a big pivotal point for the MCU and for the movies going forward. But after that, we Shannon and I on the channel, we still have not seen Guardians, and there's it's months now, we still have not seen Guardians. We have not reacted to Guardians. You haven't watched it. We've only been keeping up with the shows, and even the shows have kind of been lackluster, sadly. Look at how Secret Invasions turned out. We didn't even finish reacting to it in the channel, because at that point it was just like, okay, what are we doing here? What's actually happening right now with Marvel? So, and then with the Marvels coming out, we went to go pre-purchase tickets, and we're like, nah, man, we could wait. We could actually wait for this, because there hasn't been any hype for the Marvels. As much as I love Kamala, and I love Monica Rambeau, and I actually love Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. I don't have an issue with those characters, and I'm looking forward to seeing those movies, or seeing that movie with those characters in it. The hype surrounding the MCU is just not there, and people are just not feeling it. I'm not seeing the hype on Twitter, with every single, or X, every single movie and show that was released over the years concerning Marvel and the MCU, there was a lot of hype attached to it. There's a lot of excitement attached to those movies. There was conversation on Facebook groups. In Facebook groups, there's conversations on Reddit. There were conversations all over Twitter at the time. There's conversations all over YouTube. People like me and others making videos about Marvel and the future of Marvel and deconstructing. And of course, there's still a lot of that. I mean, you still have like, big channels like New Rockstars still making amazing content, deconstructing, trying their best to keep the hype alive. I commend them. Comics Explained. All these are the bigger channels that are heavy, emergency awesome. I can list all of the bigger channels that are well known in the comic book and Marvel space and DC space that have been making content ever since and still making content for it. But for me personally, things have just been feeling, pretty dry. Things have been feeling, not the same. I'm not getting the same type of magic that I loved and things that I really loved about the MCU, sadly. And I mean, there's things I'm excited for, things I want to see, but the upcoming lineup is just not hitting the same. Now, you asked the question, you would want to ask the question, why is that? Is it superhero fatigue? Is it the lack of standout characters? You have great actors like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth still did Love and Thunder, but we saw how that turned out for a lot of people. So what is the question here? Why are we here? Why, is the MCU dead? And if it is, why is it dead? Is it a lack of writing? Is it a problem with studio executives getting too involved in trying to make quicker, things? We even saw recent news about the Daredevil Disney Plus series getting completely scrapped in terms of the story and the writing team. Kevin Feige scrapped the entire writing team recently. He saw the first couple scenes and shots of the series and was like, we don't like this, I don't like this, and he completely tossed it in the can. So now they're going to be rewriting this. They're saying they're trying to focus more on a story that seemed very similar to what we were getting on Netflix Marvel. And some people have said I can make a whole different video about that. So if you guys want to see a video about that topic specifically, let me know in the comments down below. I'm glad to make a video about the Daredevil situation. When it popped up, I wanted to make a video about it, but let me know in the comments if you want to see a video about that. But anyway, the point is, there's been a lot of restructure, and they've stated that they've had a lot of internal criticism about where Daredevil was going. So maybe this could be a good sign. We still have the Echo series that's supposed to be released towards within the next month, I believe, if I'm recalling correctly. It's supposed to be within the next month or two. We are getting the Echo series, which is the spin-off for the Hawkeye series. So and there's been a lot of people not even super exactly hyped for that one as well. So I mean, some people said Guardians was really good. Some people said it felt like a genuine Marvel film, but honestly, me personally, I haven't had that overhyped. For those of you guys who've been on the channel for a long time, I get super hyped when it comes to Marvel content and MCU content. I've been super hyped, jumping in, in reactions and just being this explosive ball of energy. You guys know this about me. If you've been on the channel for a while, you have seen this side of me. Can you honestly tell me that you have seen that side of me on this channel with the recent Marvel projects? I would honestly say no, if I'm being honest here. And for my personal reasons why, it's just that I just haven't been feeling the magic and the drive for what brought me to that point, for those point in those films. Again, the last time I genuinely felt like that was the Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness was the last time I really felt super hyped and excited for a Marvel project. And that hurts me, sucks, because I love my comic books. I love Marvel. I love DC, but there needs to be some restructuring. They need to establish, and I do think, again, this doesn't just throw a whole cover over everything that's been going on. No, there are some things that are still pretty exciting about Marvel. I am looking forward to the Marvels. Am I as hype as I was a couple of times ago? No. So there are some things that I'm looking forward to seeing, and some things I want to see, and some things that have been done, that has been done in the recent projects that, is exciting. With Loki going on right now, are you guys enjoying Loki? I'm enjoying Loki. I saw the first 4 episodes, so we still got about 3 more episodes until you guys get caught up to where I saw, because I have to review Loki for the channel. But I saw the first 4 episodes, and I like where things were going in Loki, where I stopped in episode 4. So yeah, you guys, I don't want to make this video longer than this, but you guys let me know in the comments down below. Do you think the MCU is dead? Do you think it died with Tony Stark? Do you think when, Tony Stark snapped his fingers and redid everything, do you think that was truly the end of the MCU? Do you think that was where the franchise died? We can't forget the previous 10 years, because obviously Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios built an amazing world and really took these comic book characters and stepped it up and really brought us into this really interconnecting franchise with an overarching story and these overlapping stories and overlapping characters. So I can't say that everything was a waste, but can you genuinely say that we're there now? Do you think that we'll ever get there? Do you think the MCU will be better when we start integrating Deadpool and the Fantastic Four and the X-Men? Is that what we need for the MCU to be great again? Or are we there, or am I just tripping? So let me know in the comments down below, once again, how you're feeling about the MCU right now. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you see any relevance of what I'm saying? Or do you just, completely think the opposite and say, no, everything is great. Nothing's been wrong this entire time. So that's it for this video. Let us know. Let me know your thoughts. All right. And see you in the next one. If you want more videos like this, we'll see you in the next one. So thank you so much for watching. Clockmaster